Hello, my fellow broke aristocrats, and happy holidays. It's me, Dr. Whimsy. I'm here in my kitchen at the Broke Aristocrats home, and I've decided to cook something that's healthy and frugal because I've been getting a lot of requests for healthy, frugal recipes. I've also gotten some requests to do some stuff with quinoa, and so I figured that this would be a great recipe. I'm doing stuffed cabbage, and I'm doing a healthy version of stuffed cabbage. So I'm going to show you what I have, and I'm making it kind of my own creative way. And I will put the recipe below for what I did if you'd like to try this yourself. So I'm going to start with the basics. I went shopping at Whole Foods and I bought some 93% lean, 7% fat, pasture-raised ground beef. That is step 4. So they have a step program. The more humane conditions, the higher the number. So I like the fact that this was step 4. So it was pasture certified. So if you're going to eat meat, you really want to eat you'd want it to be only 10 to 20% of your caloric intake so that you can spread it out. And you want it to be as environmentally friendly as possible and hopefully as humane as possible. So that is what we do in our home. We really limit meat consumption and we spread it out. The main course in a Broke Aristocrat's home is usually the vegetables, and it's usually served raw, but it doesn't have to be lightly steamed. If you have trouble digesting your food, then you can use a crock pot to soften vegetables. It makes it easier to digest. And that's because the crock pot acts like a kind of stomach, digesting and breaking down the fiber and the resistant starches so that it's easier to digest. So we're going to be using this beef, and because I had a request for it, quinoa, I'm soaking the quinoa. I usually soak it for a little while. Some people soak it all day. I don't think that's necessary, but I do soak it for probably about 20 minutes to half an hour. I'm going to combine these two ingredients, the quinoa and the beef, and a couple of organic eggs. I'm also going to grate some carrots, which I don't have in front of you. That will stretch the meal out. So I've stretched the meat out by adding quinoa and carrots. I'm going to spice it up with a little garlic, a little paprika, a little salt and pepper. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll these into a cabbage. Now, the cabbage I steamed whole, and then after about 10-20 minutes, then I turn it off, I peel, and then you get down to the part that's not steamed all the way, and then I put it back in and steam it again, and that way you can get all of them steamed. So basically they were steamed, and then I peeled them and put them in here, and then I will start wrapping them. I'll put all of them in a crock pot on low for about 4 hours, and then when I come home tonight, the Broke Aristocrats family will enjoy them. We'll also probably serve that with a little bit of brown rice on the side and a tossed mixed green salad. So again, you're looking at total caloric intake from the animal product is going to only be about no more than 10-15%, and everything else is going to be coming from quinoa, brown rice, and all of those vegetables. This is one way that you can stretch a meat meal by increase consumption of vegetables, is that when you are making these sorts of things, you can grate carrots. Oh, I'm going to put an onion in as well. Forgot about that. Carrots, onions, peas. Find out what vegetables you have that are in the vegetable tinder and simply add that to whatever meat dish you're preparing in order to stretch it out. That increases fiber, increases the nutrition of the meal, and it decreases the animal products so that you're getting less animal fat and animal protein and focusing more on the plants, which really is a healthier way to eat overall. We tell people here at Broke Aristocrats that you don't have to be vegan, though it's great if you are. If you're 100% vegan, more power to you. But if you can't do that for whatever reason, or you're not willing to do that, but you really want to do something great for your health, then try focusing on being as nutrient dense as possible. If you can get to 80-20, we're thrilled. If you can get higher, we're even more thrilled. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start prepping this, and then when the meal is served, I will show you how it looks. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay healthy. Okay, so we're at the halfway point here, people. So this is what the mixture ended up looking like. I put the quinoa in. I chopped up some carrots, some onions, some bell pepper that we got from Trader Joe's. I put in garlic, paprika, pepper, and salt. The soaked quinoa, and there was some water in that, which you want a little bit of water in there because the quinoa is going to expand. And now I'm just stacking them. Don't they look pretty? They do look pretty. I did not use toothpicks, and so you really want to be careful and pack them nice. If you have small children or anybody who doesn't know there's a toothpick, if you are making them with toothpicks, be very, very careful because people can have accidents. Believe it or not, it's a safety issue. I actually remember when I was a kid, sometimes I would not know there was a toothpick there. So just make sure if you are using toothpicks to remove them before you give them to serve particularly to a child or someone who might not be so careful. So I did not use toothpicks, so hopefully they will stay together. But I think I stacked them pretty good, and then in a couple of hours, cooking on the crock pot at low heat, they should be ready to eat. And as I mentioned before, I will use a little bit of brown rice on the side, but there's already quinoa in the mix, so if people don't want to have any brown rice, they don't have to. And the salad will be quite large because, again, we really want to expand how much vegetable we're having in the meal. But as you can see, the meat has been stretched quite significantly because I stretched it with the quinoa and with a good amount of chopped vegetables, onions, peppers, grated carrot, etc. Okay, now we're just going to finish up. There's my vinegar, by the way. I wanted to show you this. This is the vinegar we're using. There's going to be some vinegar in the sauce. There's going to be a little bit of We're going to put a can of the diced tomatoes. We're going to put some Muir's organic paste. And then this is holding my coconut sugar. And I'm going to put some coconut sugar in there, which has a lower glycemic index. And that's pretty much the recipe. As I said, the recipe will be below. I'm kind of winging this. I think it's going to turn out pretty good though. Thanks for watching, everybody. By the way, you could put some Worcestershire sauce in there if you wanted to, but I couldn't find the Worcestershire sauce today, so we're not using it. All right, that's all. Okay, so here is the final product, and I'm going to go ahead and plate this. This with the salad is probably going to run you about $2 per person if you're thinking about making this. And as I had mentioned, the ingredients are below, so you would go ahead and plate it. This is an old Hungarian recipe, yes. Here's a little rice to go with it. This is a mixed rice that Nurse Amanda picked up that we're enjoying. And so Nurse Amanda doesn't want to be on camera because she said she's got cookie dough all over her, but she looks beautiful. Don't believe her. And then, we always, of course, serve a nice, beautiful salad. And Nurse Amanda was kind enough to make the salad. So that is it. This is mostly organic. I figured we probably got about 4 to 6 servings here, far more of the stuffed cabbage. So I'm thinking conservatively $2, mostly organic, with organic meat. I'll do the calculations so people can see them. I got everything at Whole Foods. Obviously, if you're on a budget and you're doing inorganic, then I would recommend the leaner beef if you are doing beef or turkey meat, which also works out really great. And I hope you enjoy this recipe from Broke Aristocrats. Be sure and share, like, subscribe, and tell me what you are doing to take care of your health. All right, that's it. Here we go. I'm going to have my dinner. And I'm going to sit down with Amanda and a couple of other people. Blessie's coming a little later. And I'm real proud of myself
my grandmama's Hungarian dish. It's going to be good. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.